What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 256, guys. I'm here with Griffin.
I know, right? I'm here with Trav.
And we're installing Riddler OS with Adam.
That's it.
Yeah, we pulled a fucking... it's crazy, man.
Cool. It lined up. We're watching Batman.
Yeah, we pulled an audible here. We were going to do...
We formed an alliance.
Yeah, we made a pact, you know?
Blood oath.
The way God intended it. Yeah.
American Psycho will be next week.
Still watched it. Still enjoyed it.
Yeah. Might watch
I think
again,
I got more.
You know?
Yeah, for real, man. I got more out of it this time than I have in the past.
It's been a while.
I'll say that. It has been a while, but it feels very relevant.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
So Trav went and got a private screening on Monday. I went on a Monday.
I went on a Sunday.
And he went on a Monday, got him a private screening yesterday.
Yeah. So it's super fresh for Trav, right? Like, are you still on that high?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it was not the movie I was expecting.
Yeah, absolutely, right.
Absolutely.
So I went and watched it opening weekend, which was what, March the 9th?
I think so. That weekend.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
that weekend, yeah. So it's been about what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks now since I've seen it, but you know, I'm still gonna say that this might be my favorite Batman film. Like, I'm personally, I very, very much enjoyed this film, like a fuck ton. I love the way that they did Riddler. I love the way that they did Penguin. I love the way that he's a fuck up.
How they did Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we actually get to see, you know, we kind of saw
Batman, man. It wasn't no Bruce Wayne play at all.
Yeah,
I thought it was the best written Batman film by far.
Yeah, and that's no fucking. I saw a thing that was really interesting the other day that this guy said that The Dark Knight is one of the greatest films ever made, but not one of the greatest Batman films. Never really considered that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree with that opinion.
It's Heath Ledger's performance.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that it's a one and done too, it can never be done again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I personally didn't want the first half of this movie to end.
Yeah, I know, right?
I really liked. He said he was gonna give us the Detective Batman, and they definitely did, and I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, I loved how, like, the clues, they're trying to figure everything out. He goes, and it's so comic book as fuck, right? Like, he has to go over here. He has to talk to this person for a little while, and they give him a little bit of information. So now he has to go over here and talk to this dude, and then they give him a little bit of information. You know, whenever you read a really good detective style Batman story, it's a lot of him running around asking questions, trying to figure shit out.
It's a carpet tool.
Yeah,
I like, and it was something I brought up with Adam. I liked how they had him use the contacts. That was probably my favorite part of his lo-fi, or not lo-fi, but like his low-tech type thing. Like, he had little bits of, like, you could tell where he funneled his money into that chassis. But the Batmobile engine and the quote unquote spy tech that he has. Loved how it, like, showing how infallible he is. You know, he doesn't have a photographic memory, so he's just constantly looking at everything, and then he just reviews the footage.
Yeah, and
but they still show you that he's on point.
And it looks cooler than if he took his phone out. He's like, "Let me film this. Hang on." You know, like
well, you know, like one of the shots too. Because I really like that this movie didn't treat the audience like they were stupid. Like, we didn't sit and get anybody's backstory. And I like that we hit the ball running with that, or hit the ground
Yeah,
running
they're
with
like, it's
that.
Batman, go.
You know the story.
But 2 years in, you're hearing the monologue, which was amazing.
Yeah.
That was probably the most Batman part about the movie, among other things. But like he's explaining all of his, how, he's 2 years in, but even though Gotham police department isn't like quite on his side though, when he shows up, everybody takes notes. Like the forensic team is like, holy shit, this guy's good. To the point where he'll go stand somewhere for a second, and then when he walks off, you'll see the people run up there and start just snapping photos everywhere.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like I really liked how we've done the year one Batman stuff. We've done kind of the veteran Batman stuff. Like we've kind of played in all these different pools, and it's interesting to see them do this. This year two version of Batman to where he is very mistake heavy in a lot of the things that he's doing, and then actually have repercussions of his mistakes. Because like I mean, you can kind of say that like the repercussions of like him making mistakes and not being the best that he could be. There's some of that does happen in some of the other Batman films, like Harvey Dent, but like that has to happen. You know what I mean? The Harvey Dent thing has to happen because he's got to become Two-Face. He's, but like flooding the entire fucking or the majority of the city.
Yeah.
Like if he would have followed the clues, if he would have paid attention, like he would have caught this. He would have saw this coming and he could have stopped it.
Yeah, that's what was crazy when dude was like, whenever he came there and he's like, you don't know what happens? He's like, no, this is all wrong. Like, you're supposed to know. Like, you're supposed to come here and we could watch it together and be safe.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait a minute, you think I'm like helping you, motherfucker? Like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, you have. And then you think about it, it's like, yeah, he did. He just helped him kill all those people. Kinda.
Well, the overarching theme of him not really inspiring hope in his first 2 years and realizing that like he, instead of quote unquote vengeance, he's got to become quote unquote justice.
Well, even seeing him make that guy that he saves is like, please don't hurt me. And it's like, motherfucker's Batman.
Yeah, and him making the conscious decision to change instead of pursuing and constantly beating up people, like, and it got signified when he drops down into the water, slots the flare, and starts guiding people out.
Yeah.
And that's more that like the movie's high notes were not covered in like explosions or CGI or any of that. And that was the most refreshing thing out of a superhero movie lately, is that this movie was very like I would argue this like like younger audiences wouldn't like, they probably would find this movie boring.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, and that's, I mean, it's just after 10 plus years of bang explosion, all this crazy shit that Marvel has kind of built up, and then you've got like what Snyder eventually was released as, his version of Justice League and what he was trying to do. I can definitely see how it comes off. But here's one thing that I wanted to ask you guys. So one of the biggest complaints with Batman was, and I already know where I stand on this, and I've already talked to Adam about this, was his portrayal of Bruce Wayne. What did you think of his portrayal as Bruce Wayne, Trev?
I didn't have a problem with it because he wasn't Bruce Wayne.
He ain't Bruce Wayne
most of the movie. Like that's the thing about Pattinson's performance, is I think we have more Batman in the cowl sequences in this movie than any other film.
Yeah.
He's only Bruce Wayne, and you could count on one hand how many times you see him as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And they even show you at the beginning of the film with him being such a recluse and everything, which this early on in his career as Batman, I could see where he, it balances into him figuring out what he's got to do to maintain this lifestyle.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that Bruce Wayne is like an asset yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Because we even had, that type of thing brushed on in the Nolan films.
Yeah.
They didn't sit and just expand on it kind of in the ways they did in this film. But yeah, Bruce Wayne didn't really go around a whole lot in those other films.
Yeah.
He had maybe one or two moments here and there, but he wasn't, like, they even touch on him being a recluse in The Dark Knight Rises at one point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't understand why people are necessarily upset, other than just visually with the whole angsty guy look. Which, I mean, think about where he's at in his life right now. He's just become Batman. He's still in the two. Like, he even says it in the film. In the 2 years that he's been doing this shit, he doesn't even know if he's even making a dent.
Yeah.
Not to mention, somebody tried to blow him up. Hurt Alfred.
Yeah.
I thought Alfred, dude, when that bomb went off, I was like, are we for real gonna kill Alfred?
Yeah.
I know this is probably the one Batman film where Batman gets shot left and fucking right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at close range too, like,
yeah,
for his suit to supposed to be like this low end whatever, Bruce is funneling his cash into what he needs, and he's seemingly bulletproof.
Yeah. So a lot of people are having the under the opinion that, like, they didn't like the way that he portrayed Bruce Wayne, because it was basically, Batman out of the mask, like his attitude, his demeanor, his how he presented himself, and all this kind of stuff. And then that's where I come on, and I'm like, but
well,
that's
Batman. That's what's.
Well, but that's the point. That's one of the major points in the film, in my opinion, because Alfred explains to him multiple times, like, look, there's certain things that Bruce Wayne has access to that Batman could acquire access to, but it's going to be a very lengthy and aggravating process. When Bruce Wayne can just make things happen, because he's a personality. And I feel like, with the direction that they're taking the film, if we're going to do a time jump, let's say we do a time jump of like 5 years between this movie and the next film, I think that you're going to see a much more traditional version of Bruce Wayne. I think that it's going to be him, man about town, hanging out with the chicks,
running
the
foundation.
Whining and dining until the signal hits the sky.
And
exactly.
Fucking going after people.
Yeah. And I like that they actually introduced some actual character building to Batman in this film, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, like, Nolan did it and Burton did it. They had some type of, like, character development for Bruce Wayne and Batman. But I feel like they started with such a solid foundation in this film, where, like, it's Batman that screws up. There's actual consequences to a lot of his actions and, like, what he's trying to do. And you see that come full force at the end of the film, where, the dude says, I'm vengeance, and all this kind of stuff. So you see the consequences of his actions come full circle. And then him realizing, like, all right, his family did something. His parents aren't perfect, whether you believe it or not, like, all this kind of stuff. It gives him a platform now to grow, to become a better Batman, to become a better Bruce Wayne. And, like,
rebuild
the comics have
name,
been, yeah. And comics have been running for almost 100 years, right? Like, I think 1930 or 1940 when the first Batman comic was released? So it's almost been running for 100 years. So how much more character development can they give him in a comic book? Like, really? Unless you just completely
people are like, they didn't like the way he acted. It's like, bro, I ain't never seen a Batman that's just been Batman for 2 years. This young. Like,
right.
How do you know how he acted?
Yeah.
I thought he did good, man. Like, when he finally goes, he's like, I got to go talk to Falcone. And he just shows up as Bruce Wayne, and they open the door, and he's just sitting there. He's like, you know who I am? And they're like, yeah. And they're looking at him. They didn't even look at Batman like they were looking at him. They were looking at him like, dude, when Batman came to the door, they were like, what the fuck, dude? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Suit's going to be covered in blood. He was like, yours and mine. You know?
Yeah.
But the way they looked at Bruce Wayne, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck you been.
He's like a myth,
yeah,
you know?
Like, oh, it lives.
Yeah, it breathes.
That's cool.
All right, Trav. Paul Dano's Riddler. Where are you standing?
I liked him once he was unmasked and we got the interrogation scene. But when we had him in the mask and everything, he was almost, the stuff that they had him do was almost too Jokerish. Which the Riddler and the Joker, they're not the same character by a long shot, but they have similar silliness to it. Like they think they treat Batman as a game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get that, but almost like some of his demeanor was almost very Jokerish. And it's like, man, why can't we have a crazy villain that doesn't do the Joker theatrics?
Yeah. And
I mean, but don't get me wrong. I liked he was fucking crazy. Like whenever they're both talking and you have the whole revelation of him being like, I thought you were helping me.
Yeah.
Like
we're the same. We're team.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
And once that occurs and Batman starts being like, what the fuck, and then Riddler just starts singing that fucking song we've been hearing all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like that was like that was a good scene.
Yeah.
I mean, which the interrogation moments in any Batman story are usually the best. That's where that's where the dichotomies get to come out and play. You get to everybody gets to put their here's my modus operandi on the fucking table. You get to see where Batman's like, here's the difference between you and me. I ain't wearing hockey pants. You're fucking crazy. That whole shit. And it was very well done, man.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I've read a decent amount of Riddler stories, and you're absolutely right. Like him and the Joker, you could almost change them out. I think that like the Joker is more chaotic.
Yeah.
I guess if you had to put him on an alignment chart, like a D&D alignment chart, Joker would definitely be chaotic evil, right?
Yeah. Like he ain't just killing bad guys.
Yes, but I would definitely put Riddler as lawful evil.
Yeah.
Because there's a method to the madness.
Well, and the people he was
getting that bad.
Yeah, I was saying the people he was killing, although murder is wrong, the people he was killing were corrupt people in Gotham. He was doing what Batman was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
exactly.
And one could argue was more effective at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, kind of helped him out, all these people, and him and Gordon.
Yeah,
which that was a good relationship.
Now I did. Now one of the because any of the issues I have with this movie are just so straw man nitpicky that's why I haven't really been like, oh, this especially with a lot of comic movies now, they pay more homage than really adapt anything.
Yeah.
I really like that that with the mask and everything for Riddler, that was a reference to Hush.
Yeah.
And but if I could argue with it for a minute though, I really hated the idea that they just were like, hey, it's the Riddler.
Yeah.
Whereas the big twist of Hush was that Hush was the Riddler.
Yeah.
And because there's even a moment where Batman goes to the Riddler, kind of like he does in this film, where he goes to Falcone and to Penguin and everything, and is asking and stuff. And even Riddler plays stupid. He's like, hey, whatever, this, that, and the other. Riddle me this, Batman. It ain't me. And one of the twists of Hush is you find out that it was Joker fucking with Batman the whole fucking time. And I was like, that would have been a good twist for a movie.
Yeah.
But I could also see where just kind of doing away with that streamlines the Riddler for new audiences. It distances itself from the Jim Carrey version. It gets away from the kitty aspect and the green suit. I get it.
Yeah.
But something that I made a connection with in the movie that I thought was cool, and it would be interesting if it kind of pans into this, like if it kind of bleeds over into a trilogy, if that ever ends up, becoming a thing. So, it's actually two things I noticed. Well, in the first one, you know how in Man of Steel when we had Superman in the World Engine,
Yes.
and we see the G-force pushing on him, and we see that quick gloss over where he kind of CGI's Christopher Reeves for a minute, kind of does that little tribute moment.
Yes.
Okay, something I noticed with the camera work, because this movie was really well shot for a non-spectacle style film. Because I would argue that even the explosions that happen at the end of the movie really weren't that big of a set piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there were certain moments where the cinematography would line up to where the way they did Batman's suit is if he would be in a certain pose and whatever, he would look like it would almost reference different shots and different panels of the comic and different iterations of Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's an instance where he's looking down and he almost has a Burton look.
Yeah.
When it's close up on the face and you see the stitch nose piece and everything, you're like, dude, that's Adam fucking West reference right there, you know?
Yeah.
And all of that, which leads me to what would be an interesting trilogy. And it would be its own little love letter to Adam West in the 1966 Batman movie. So the three main villains of 66 Batman was the Joker, the Riddler, and the Penguin. There were other ones, but those were the three masterminds that plotted to thwart Batman.
Yeah.
We got Riddler and Penguin in this film, and we got that brief snippet of Joker in Arkham next to Riddler.
Yeah.
Who's to say that by the third movie, we have a Riddler, Joker, Penguin team up to go against Batman, and Batman's got to take him down. And through the course of film 2 and, the early parts of film 3, we let Batman acquire his Robin. Have some time jumps, don't have it be all taking place in a year.
Yeah.
But just have the next Batman movie be like, all right, that movie he was 2 years in. All right, now he's been Batman for 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Third movie, he's been Batman for like 15.
Yeah.
And well, I know that I don't know. I think it would make a good pathway to do that and have those three, which that would just be an Easter egg more than anything. It would really work in terms of just using established characters from the first movie without having to constantly bring in somebody new. Don't let the movie be the next selling piece for the next film.
Yeah.
Let each movie stand on its own, but just let gaps of time kind of bridge it together. Like, okay, because if the movie's already been like, okay, we're not explaining why Riddler is the Riddler. We're not explaining why Penguin is the Penguin. Y'all already know this shit. Yeah. So keep going with that formula with the next movie, introduce a new character, and it's like, okay, what's this guy like?
Yeah. Well, and this is like the way that they did that final clip, we've seen, in the comics and stuff, we've seen Riddler and Joker, team up and create mass chaos in a gigantic, fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely right. It would make 100% sense if it was able to, if they were able to pull something like that off, and they could still bring other villains like lackeys in there, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I could definitely see like the culmination of the Pattinson Batman be like those two characters working together, and Riddler thinks that he is smarter and that he kind of has his thumb on Joker.
Yeah.
And Joker is actually playing everyone all at the same time in the most Yeah, the most chaotic fashion that could possibly be had. You know what I mean?
And you know, one could argue in this movie that even though justice gets served and Riddler's put in jail, Batman still loses. He kind of has a Spider-Man moment in this movie.
Yeah,
because Gotham gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Not in a Snyder sense of the way, but it gets wrecked. Like the city gets fucked up. People lose like life is lost. Like all of that stuff goes on.
Yeah.
And so it would be interesting if to tell an entire Batman story where we build up to him getting Joker behind bars once and for all, whatever, allude to it how you want, but have it build up to where you have one of three major deaths that occur, and that's either the death of Catwoman, the death of Alfred, or the death of Robin.
Yeah, or all three.
I mean, and if it's if it's one of those things where we're telling a trilogy, time to start tying off some loose ends, you could absolutely get away with that.
Yeah.
And by the end of the story, have Riddler and Joker because let's face it, every Batman movie, even this one, as good as it is, it all, like, Batman movies are always got to go stop the bomb.
Yeah.
It always culminates to
this
that.
This time he didn't even know about the bomb.
And because some days you just can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
But have once again either something, and instead of it being a bomb, have it be something crazy where Riddler and Joker finally are like, we're going to stick it to Batman once and for all because we know that he's Bruce Wayne. And they just, through goons, through whatever, just have those three get killed off, or one of them at least. Enough that pushes Batman so far to the edge that Riddler and Joker think that they've got him.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, though, real quick. Do you think that they could be planning to do like a Arkham City type of like finale to everything? And like, so hear me out for a second here. So a huge part of Gotham has been flooded, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in Arkham City, like they basically turned it into like Escape from fucking New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if like the idea, possibly set forth by Bruce Wayne himself is to, well, let's build the new Gotham,
that's what I was
in the
thinking.
other,
like after what's happened, it's the perfect platform for him to come out of the shadows and like help the city build back better.
Yeah.
And get a thing going.
Yeah, and what if like part of his plan to do that is they're going to rebuild the seawalls, and then they just decide that like, okay, the prisons are overcrowded. Let's just fence off this section of Gotham that's kind of disconnected from the rest of it, and just like let the prisoners go in here and let them fucking be crazy.
Old Gotham and new Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and the third movie culminates to like him having to go into old Gotham, into prison Gotham. And that's where you see like, because if they do time jumps like we're talking about here, then they could definitely have either a film open up or conversations happen in the film where it's like, oh yeah, I captured fucking, Bane or fucking Poison Ivy or, Harley Quinn or whoever, like whatever characters that they want to just say that he had put behind bars.
And I mean,
maybe have,
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Well, they could have like a little guest appearance. Maybe he shows up to Arkham for whatever reason and he sees some of these characters, like he sees Clayface, or Calendar Man or whoever. And you see these characters and then like,
dude. Wouldn't it be crazy if he's walking down the aisle where everybody's like locked up, and like you even have Clayface like clinging to the door, but he looks like fucking either the person who's died in the film.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that or whatever, you just hear Batman just be like, "Save it," and you see his face melt back into being just like his natural state.
Yeah.
And he backs off, and you just see him kind of dissolve as a silhouette.
Yeah.
And just like, just little things here and there. I mean, I mean, we're talking just in terms of what would visually look amazing. Writing this thing would be a whole other animal, though. Cause
yeah.
And I mean, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be hard. But I just keep going where everyone's at and just keep writing the story, and because everything needed for a sequel is absolutely in the movie without having to be alluded to a sequel, which I thought was great.
Exactly.
The
Right.
fact that the movie ends with just the prompt saying goodbye, I felt like it was almost a sneaky way of being like, "Hey, like, thanks, but we
You
ain't
actually go to
Marvel,
that
homie."
website. There's a website that flashes, and you can go on there, and there's like a terminal where it says some more shit, like question marks and.
It's like the Riddler,
computer screen, yeah. But I saw an online theory. The people are doing the politician that dies in the movie. Don't remember his name. His son. Well, if you do some time jumping, he could be Robin at some point.
Yeah,
Batman did take a shine to him.
Yeah, yeah, and some people are. Yeah, and some people are saying that
better than the Serkis.
The Joker kid.
Yeah.
The one that he doesn't fucking beat the shit out of, the black kid with a half
with the half
face paint. Yeah, they're saying that he might be the Joker as well. Or they might be kind of setting him up to take on the Nightwing persona while the kid takes up the Robin persona.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. And like, so the Easter eggs that they kind of alluded to for other villains is like, he shoots himself up with the Bane juice.
Yeah.
You know? Like that is like a big one, you know, and that would be kind of, that would be kind of cool to see. Of course, we get the Joker stuff. Well, you know, the DA is dead.
Yeah.
Insert Harvey Dent, you know, and then you get Two-Face out of that. We've already got the Penguin set up. And here's what I would like to see. You know, I've always wanted a detective Batman story, right? And then playing the Arkham games and reading some of the Batman stories, I always liked the back and forth of Penguin and Two-Face, right? Because it's almost like watching a gangster film with these really fucked up Batman villains, you know? So I would really like to see I would like to see a gangster inspired version of those two characters going at it, you know, like they're allies, but they really don't want to be allies, you know, and all this kind of stuff. I think that would be kind of cool to see.
Oh, dude, like, and with what we have already, I could totally see a scenario playing where Penguin helps prop up Harvey Dent to win the elections and become, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Harvey starts to kind of distance himself a little bit, and then Penguin arranged for him to be, you know, fucked up. Like, I know I'm rewriting some stuff here, but I mean, come on. You know? But have it to where, you know, Penguin's the one that gets Two-Face created, but basically set up Batman and have that be some sort of subplot.
Yeah. I mean, to me, and this is one reason why I thought this film was fucking like one of my favorite Batman films. They set up every fucking domino for Batman, right? Everything from Batman and his character development to all the villains to what's going to happen with the city, everything. They set everything up in one film in a very, very well done way that doesn't say like, oh, the DA's dead, I wonder who they're going to bring in. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it so perfectly in a lot of ways, man. And like, I don't know, man. I've been wanting this fucking Riddler Batman movie for forever. I love the Riddler. I think he's a fucking great villain. And I feel like Dano was able to capture he had a more chaotic version of the Riddler. But I did like his interpretation of the Riddler a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know,
I really I guess I guess for me, I really I really enjoyed that. It's the first time I felt like I was watching a actual Batman comic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everything
For sure.
from like the inner monologues that bookends the film.
Yeah.
All of that. You know, Batman not only solving the case, but also like realizing he's got to adjust his own inner alignment a little bit. He's got his own self doubts to overcome as well.
Yeah.
And it played out really nice. Like I said, the script was really well written.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to see more. I love this version of Batman. And like I said, man, I think this might be my favorite Batman film. And I thought Pattinson did a fucking great job as Batman. Like a great job.
There wasn't a lot of real spectacle moments, but I guess one could say that the spectacle of the movie was the arrival of the Batmobile.
Oh my god, dude!
When you hear like Penguin's thugs coming out and they're all firing at Gordon and them and everything, and all of a sudden you're just hearing that turbine just power up more and more and more, and then you look down the alleyway and you just see the hood vents spitting flames. The fucking it was it was the little moment where, you know,
yeah,
the eye candy thing kicked in, and you're just like, yes.
Yeah. That such an epic introduction, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, I like the Tumbler, I like the Burton Batmobile and all that stuff.
Dude. This was easily my favorite iteration of the Batmobile.
Definitely
the muscle car look, yeah, dude.
Well, from the way they have the wings on the back and everything or whatnot. I feel like one could argue that there's almost a slight bit of reference to the animated series with it.
Yeah, yeah. I can definitely see that, man.
I mean, it's not stretched out, and ridiculous, but I feel like it kind of harkens that. I know it's a more direct reference from another comic, which I can't remember. I know it got brought up back whenever we were covering different like production articles behind it, but
yeah.
Well, the Adam West Batmobile is a modified Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
So the car we have in the movie is a 1960 Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
That's been, got a wing on it, modified, but that's cool.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to watch this again.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought a Blu-ray in a long time, and I can't wait to buy this Blu-ray.
It should be available when it streams, right? In April.
Well, you know how a lot of superhero movies lately, we get the cold opening, then we get title cards, we get a lot of color, a lot of all this stuff. I really liked how once the previews were done and the movie starts, it's just Warner Brothers blank,
Yeah.
DC blank, the Batman, and then it just plays. It almost set the tone, dude. It just lets you it tells you in the credits dude, we ain't building this shit. Just enjoy the next 3 hours. And I definitely did. I'm really normally, now with theaters you have the fear of buyer's remorse because it's like, man, you could have just waited a couple more months and used your streaming service to watch it. But I'm really glad I saw it in theaters, and it was very much worth the ticket price, because these are the kind of movies that need to be made more of in the comic book genre. Where, don't get me wrong, Marvel has got the CGI fest down pat. Let them do that. But this is probably, for sure, the best DC film that's come out in a long time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I will argue that. Next up, the best of the new post Snyderverse.
Well, it made sense when that guy said they were going to focus on quality.
Yeah.
Over the quantity.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That some companies just pump out a lot. Several a year, Dude, the scene, I was full on mouth breathing when the penguin flipped over And the Batman got out of the car and was walking up, and I was like, the camera's going to rotate. The camera's going to rotate, right? And it didn't. I was just like, okay, it's not. It's just going to stay that way. But it looked so cool, man. That fire behind him, it was raining.
Yeah, dude.
This is cool as fuck, dude.
Well, like, something else that I noticed too, and it ties into that scene as well. A lot of Batman's development in the case was pure fucking luck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, he had a lucky rabbit's foot in his fucking cow, man.
There, and he was like, "That's a carpet tool," and he was like, "What?"
Well, think about how split second it was that the trailer lined up to where he could gun it and fucking catch up to Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about all the times, like I said, he gets shot so many times in this fucking movie. He's been shot in the head like at least twice. He takes 2 to the chest in literally every gang fight he gets in.
Yeah.
And just, the movie, his inexperience showed by just how lucky he was to survive some of the situations in the movie.
Yeah. Dude, that sequence where the power goes out and the only thing lighting the scene was the gunfire.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
How cool was that, dude?
Oh, man, we could sit here for hours just talking about how cinematically awesome this film was.
Yeah, yeah. How good was fucking Jesus as fucking Falcone?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Turturro was great. Dude, all the performances were great. And
dude.
Colin
Come on, dude.
Farrell
disappeared.
Dude. Yes.
You couldn't even recognize the voice. The only time I recognized, I was like, yep, that's him, was when he was in the car and he was screaming.
Yeah.
You kind of hear a break in it, and it's like, yeah, that's him for sure.
Yeah.
But
it makes sense why he's getting his own show now.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for that.
Like, yeah,
well, we're going to kind of see him because now Falcone's gone, so.
Yeah, who's going to take over the fucking seedy underbelly of Gotham?
They're building. I mean, as much money as that movie made, it's going to hit $1 billion before it releases to streaming services.
Good.
They'll be making more.
The way God intended it, you know?
There's just no way that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But it'll be a while.
Man, I loved it.
I will say, when they start treading into sequel territory, do not introduce a shared universe.
Yeah, right.
Let it be Batman in the Rogues Gallery and the crimes and highs and lows of Gotham. Don't fuck with trying to give a reason for Batman, or not Batman, or Superman to be there.
Well, that was something they said in that article. Like, they were just going to let stuff stand alone. Like, remember that was one of the same article where they said the quality over quantity. They were like, it's just like, I think by them showing you the Joker that they have in there, it's like, okay, the other Joker's not connected.
Yeah.
Now, he may have got this shit started back in the 70s, but this dude's different. Because they're still going to make another Joker movie.
I mean,
well, see, that's the comic books, dude.
Yeah.
Everything can be standalone. You ain't got to have some big multiverse. I mean, you can.
Yeah. But hey,
but as fun as that is, though,
but we already have that.
Creativity goes to die.
Yeah, we already have that. Like, them do their own thing. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. So they're like, that's what they were saying with that article. I remember more than that. They were like, you're going to have more than one Batman. You're going to have Batman showing up in the Flash movie, not the same Batman. This Batman isn't that Batman. You know what I mean? Like, we may even see Ben Affleck's Batman movie get made. Who knows?
And I'm okay with that. 100%,
Yeah.
So.
Not only did they give him the 1960s Dodge Charger, but did that cow.
Oh,
with that fucking Rihanna forehead on it.
Yeah.
Like the old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
When I saw that, I was like, ooh. Because the way they normally do them, they try to change the shape up. It was like just.
I liked how the emblem was also the fucking Batarang, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He fucking cut that electrical line and like died for a second. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like legit.
Catwoman got wet. When he was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And he went and did it. And it was like, but yeah, dude, when he walked up to those people, with that flare and put his hand out, and that was the first the kid grabs it. You know, everybody's scared too, and he grabs his hand, and then he's helping him on the helicopter.
Yeah,
he's a hero. He's gonna work his way up now. Like,
yeah, and
it's
the
not
dude
vengeance
from
anymore.
Yeah,
Justice.
the dude from fucking Westworld as fucking
killed
Gordon.
it.
He
Mm-hmm.
fucking
Like,
knocked it out of.
You gonna hit me? And
yeah,
Dude, I love that scene.
Yeah.
Where they're talking and he's like, "You got to get the fuck out of here." He's like, "So you're gonna punch me?" But he's talking to him like, "Look, you ain't gonna fucking do this shit, Batman."
Yeah.
He's like, "You go out the back."
The way he
door,
just had that
steps.
head swabble going.
Yeah.
That shit was.
And you always got to have the one guy, the sergeant, that's like, "Who the fuck is this?" You know, he had that weird voice. Hey, who the fuck is this guy? What's he doing in here? You know.
Now, one part that did make me chuckle was, okay, Batman / Bruce Wayne goes to the 40 below for a total of 3 times in this movie.
Yes.
First time, he's Batman. Opens up, "You know who I am. Get the fuck out of here." Breaks their nose. Second time, "You know who I am. Fuck. Okay, whatever. Come in." All right. Third time, he's Bruce Wayne.
"Do you know who I am?"
"You know who I am." And you didn't think either one of them was like, "Who the? Are you?
Yeah.
Who's this motherfucker? Like, you Batman?"
He's got the same knocking pattern.
Yeah. He does the doop 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 doop.
Yeah.
But
it could be Bruce Wayne or Batman.
Yeah.
Don't open it, you know.
Well, once again, like the little shit like that is stuff that don't even matter because everything else was just so well done.
Yeah, man, it was fucking incredible.
Full
star.
Yeah,
dude. It's legit, man. I think it's my favorite fucking Batman movie ever.
So I guess it's all across the board. So does it get the coveted real estate golden batarang?
Yes, dude. Absolutely. The golden batarang.
I really can't stress enough. I really can't stress enough that if for anyone who's listening to this podcast and this movie's still in theaters, go watch it. Don't wait for streaming. Don't. Hollywood will not make quality films if they don't know what we think is quality.
Well,
and putting your money
this is a movie you go to the theater to see, dude.
Yeah, and putting your money where your mouth is and paying for the ticket and doing that shows Hollywood what you want and what you don't want.
Yeah.
And this we need more of this shit. So
yeah.
Well, remember when we talked about it 2 weeks ago? We had said we went and watched it. So then it almost had a perfect score, but it only had like 15 reviews.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's up to now. You know, I'm gonna look.
Let's say, yeah. Let's go look at the fucking
91 for Google, which is 85 on Rotten, 88 on Fandango.
Now, I would say
IMDb. But fuck Rotten Tomatoes, dude.
I'd say the caveat with this movie when recommending it to people would be, hey, if you're gonna watch this with your kid, might not waste your time.
Yeah.
That's the one caveat
watch
though.
Spider-Man with them.
Because this isn't a fun romp with Batman.
Yeah, no.
Not by a long shot. But you could tell the demographic it's aimed for, and it is not little kids. And that's not because it's graphic. It's just because it's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talking in this Batman movie. Don't get me wrong, fists fly, bombs happen, but it is scattered. It's just slightly peppered across a whole lot other thing going on that would probably lose the attention of a child. Now, granted, kids are a lot smarter than we were at that age these days.
But they still have short attention spans.
Yeah. But I think with a 91%, it's people that go watch movies and they come home and then fucking write about it. So, I mean, you know, it's clearly other adults that's dropping these reviews.
Well, that the certified fresh.
The kid's not.
That's the 85% is from the that's the reviewer score, and that's all. It's like 441 reviews, right? The audience score is over 10,000 plus, and it's 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's even higher. Like,
yeah.
So it's still around where it was when it came out. I mean, it didn't drop. I'm glad you went and watched it.
Yeah.
Yes, man. I'm glad I went and watched it too. I enjoyed.
Well, it's kind of hard to sell it to somebody. It's like, you're just like, go watch it. It's like, I don't want to build it up too much, or I won't tell you why you should, but it's worth the Google.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was one of those things where I was gonna watch it anyway.
For sure.
At some point, obviously. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, man, I owe it to the inner kid in me, because
treat yourself.
Batman
Don't
was
cheat yourself.
as much as I'm a big Superman fan and a ton of other comic characters, like Batman was the one I got into. He was the first superhero.
Yeah.
That was the earliest hero I was watching, man. I was watching animated series, playing the damn games on NES. Like, it was Batman.
Living your best life.
Yeah. So it was a hoot and a holler.
Only if we could go back now.
If I could turn back time.
Tell your younger self it's gonna take 15 to 20 years, but trust me, the good movies are coming.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, we got a couple little movie news things to hit on here real quick. I thought that this was very interesting. So, independent film studio A24 has confirmed a 225 million USD equity investment, valuing the company at 2.5 billion.
God damn.
According to reports, Stripes was named the lead investor for the round, while its founder Ken Fox will be part of A24's board. The investment group, which was co-led by Neuenberger, Berman, who holds less than 10% of the company. This marks A24's first equity raise since its initial seed funding by minority stakeholders, Eldridge. So it says A24 is a world-class brand and an extraordinary business, Fox said in a statement. We've built a relationship with the A24 team over many years and have been amazed by the breadth and impact of their iconic storytelling globally. A24 is synonymous with incredible content, and it is a prime example of Stripe's belief in partnering with founders who are building amazing products. We are thrilled to work with A24 in their next phase of growth. So, I mean, we've watched several A24 films on the podcast, and they really have came into their own. Like, they're the new Miramax.
Yeah.
They're such a, they have their own unique style of movies that they put out, that they're like an A24 films are that they're a meme now.
Yeah.
Now, for good or bad, for good or bad how you look at it, I mean, that says something. And for every meh A24 film that's out there, there's an equally better and superior one that does exist and shows you why some of the lesser ones are getting made, because the movies that are good and that are bringing in the money are really fucking good.
Yeah. And I haven't watched a bad A24 film. I've, of course, seen some better than others, but I haven't seen just a bad A24 film that I'm just like, fuck this. This is unbearable. So I'm excited to see what they can do, and I'm glad to see them continue to grow. You know, it's great that we have like Blumhouse is basically tackling the horror side. They're the new, what was it, Dimension Films?
Yeah.
They put all those horror films out back in the day, back in the like late 80s, early 90s into the 2000s. And then you have, you know, A24 kind of taking the Miramax role where they're doing like, you know, lower budget films that are like trying new things.
Well, dude, some of those movies would not get made.
Absolutely
without
not.
them. They just wouldn't get made. Imagine a world where we don't see Ex Machina.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And they're like, that's weird. That's a weird idea.
Yeah, or the Lighthouse.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the Lighthouse. Nobody else would have done that.
Or I can't remember. I don't think we did it on the pod, but I think they also made mid-90s the Jonah Hill movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've
And
heard
that's a
good.
damn good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I've heard good things about it, man.
That's a really good movie.
So I'm happy for them, man, and I hope that they continue to do what they're doing and they don't lose identity. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I really hope that they keep it up, and I think that they will. I mean, they've kind of found their niche, their crowd, and what they're trying to do, and I'm for it. You know?
well, they were able to accomplish that without selling out.
Exactly, man.
So
But they've come
okay.
a long way since. They've come a long way since. Fucking what's the one they did? Like fucking Spring Breakers and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
right.
forgot they kind of got their start on that, like low budget.
Well, one of their early films that we did for the pod, man, they did Enemy. With Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I've got their list pulled up right here. Of their full release, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's which a lot of this stuff I haven't seen. There's a lot of stuff that I do want to see, but their first film that they put out was in February the 8th of 2013, and it's called A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III, and it was directed by Roman Coppola. And then the newest one that they've got listed on here is May the 20th of 2022, and that's Men, that new Alex Garland film.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did notice that X was playing at the theater.
Yeah, I've got an article in here about that one. Yeah.
I can't remember if we watched the trailer for that or not, but
Oh yeah, we did. I remember that trailer. You know, it's like they were shooting a porn, but it's a horror film.
Oh
There's some crazy
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
I keep seeing ads for that.
Yeah. Here's one that I forgot about. September the 19th, 2014, Tusk.
Oh, I didn't know that they.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so they've. If A24 had like a streaming service,
yeah,
I would definitely.
It'd be legit.
I would definitely get that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to go on there and just like, because you can pick one of these movies. I guarantee you can pick one of these movies. And
did they do that Prisoners movie?
No, they didn't do that one. That'd be cool though.
I know they did Tusk. Now, of course, you know, Kevin went out and made it.
Yeah,
but they were like, "We'll release it." And
yeah,
it's like, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Swiss Army Man.
He's like, I'd say the two. Yeah.
I mean, the two best films I think in the catalog. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good ones, and you know, I know Midsommar means a lot to you, Griff, but I gotta say the two best movies they've put out, man, has to be. God damn it! Now I'm backtracking because. No, but I guess in the past couple of years, I mean, they put out The Green Knight, they put out Macbeth, dude. Those movies were amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But they also did Uncut Gems and The Lighthouse.
Yeah, I know.
And Uncut Gems is huge.
Yeah, huge. Ewan. Yeah, man. They did The Disaster Artist.
I saw The Bling Ring.
I haven't seen that one.
It's you watch Spring Breakers. They're the same. I mean,
yeah.
You know, remember there was these kids that were going around stealing. Like it happened. It was a real, you know, based on true events.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that back in the day. Ooh, Under the Skin. Strange movie.
Definitely an A24 film, right?
Yeah.
But good for them, man. I'm excited. And it's amazing because as you go through this, you know, they had a couple of films. They had 4 or 5 come out in 2013. 2014, they had probably 8 to 10. 2015, they had about 15. 2016, they had about 20. 2017, they had about 20, 2018, and 2019, it's the same. Then you look at 2021 or 2020, and they had 3 films come out in 2020. They had 11 come out in 2021, and they've got 3 slated. They've got 3 already released in 2022, and then 2 upcoming. So I like how since they're able to do what they're able to do, they don't have to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
They're putting their money. They're making smart bets with everything.
Dude, look, they did Red Rocket and then the Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, what a jump. And I've heard that Red Rocket's actually really good.
Yeah, I've heard it was fucking incredible. Yeah. So, good on them. Macbeth, though, dude. Why for art thou, you know?
Why for, how come?
Yeah, why for, how come? So Jared Leto gives promising update on Tron 3. It is over a decade since Disney gave 1982 sci-fi movie Tron a sequel, and around 5 years ago, Jared Leto was said to be ready to star in a third film in the franchise. Since then, there has been very little information about the threequel, but now, while promising this leading role as the Marvel vampire Morbius, Leto has been talking a little about the project. Although he could not give much detail about the specifics of the film, he did seem to suggest that it was moving ahead now. All right, we know what Tron is.
Yeah.
Due to the lackluster critical response to Tron Legacy, the potential second sequel was stalled for quite a while as Disney reportedly couldn't decide how to deal with the franchise's future. According to Leto, Tron 3 is finally pushing ahead, and the actor seems to be very much on board for the project. This is what he said. I'm a super fan of Tron, and we are working hard on Tron with our incredible partners at Disney. Just an amazing group of creative people. We're getting closer and closer. And who knows, something may be coming sooner than later. So this is my question.
12 years later.
Would it make right. Would it make sense to do Tron as a film now? Yeah. Would it make more sense to do it as a show?
I was thinking as a show because they got Disney Plus, man.
Exactly, right.
And you can really flesh it out.
Yeah.
Well, are you talking reboot or just going off of what already happened?
Well, I think it would be very interesting if there was a way for them to, and someone out there clever enough could definitely write this, to where it shows what happened before in both films, and then follow up with it, right?
Yeah.
And make it tasteful, not make it feel forced or anything like that. Yeah. So I definitely think that there's something that they could do there. But in my opinion, like at this point, the people that are going to watch Tron they're going to go to the theaters and see it regardless. But what is that market looking like?
Yeah.
And would it make sense to lock in these people that are going to spend $20 on a movie ticket one time, paying, let's say, $20 over the course of, 8 weeks or 10 weeks?
Yeah.
They could even stretch it out a little bit long. You see what I mean?
Well, dude, I have a feeling that with rising prices, we're going to see a drop in visits to the theater.
Yeah, definitely that.
It's going to cost $15 a ticket.
Yeah, if it's going to cost $15 a ticket and $40 to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense to me, but hey, I'm ready for more Tron. I've been ready for more Tron since 2013? 2012
was the last one.
God damn.
Yeah.
Man, I think now is the perfect time to make a final Tron movie.
Yeah.
Like there's been enough of the general audiences has been brought to speed in technology, and for crying out loud, they're digesting the plot device of a multiverse like it's nothing now.
Yeah.
So having this world, taking a computer, taking programming and all of that, and not be the Matrix, but literally just be a representation of being inside a computer.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like more people are able to understand that now, because I think that's a lot of things that probably throws people off with Tron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
now with
yeah,
the metaverse being a thing, and
yeah.
Oh
could put
man, I mean, dude, they
NFTs in
could.
it.
Oh, dude, they could without going to Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting if humans are now in the metaverse. Flynn is like, man, you guys have no idea what's going on underneath all of this, and you're seeing you're seeing the stuff with his son and all that and everything play out more, and how they've got to stop some shit from happening. Like it could be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, that
But
long
yeah.
ago, they did a pretty good deep fake for it being that long ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
Really.
That
Not
movie
bad at
still
all.
holds up in my opinion.
Yeah. But like when you
Legacy
see
was
deep fakes they
great,
do
dude.
now, sometimes they don't even look as good as
Yeah.
that.
I would argue that Tron Legacy, of the, like, whenever 3D movies were, which they're still a thing, but when they
There's a
were
little
the hot
fad there for a
commodity.
minute after Avatar.
Yeah, when the hot commodity was still, hey, go watch it in 3D and pay $5 more. The two films that delivered on 3D technology was absolutely Avatar and Tron
Yeah.
Legacy.
That Resident Evil movie was kind of a disappointment.
Legacy was amazing in 3D.
Kind of funny that we mentioned Avatar because there's a article. Dude, we have been waiting since 2009. And that motherfucker's been. I think he took a little break, right? He took a little break and was like, I'm going to go explore the ocean, right?
Yeah.
But
Mariana's Trench or some
ever
shit.
since then, he's been making these movies. And it's like, dude, put something out already.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even spend this much time on the first one.
Yeah, I know, right? And it was a revolutionary thing.
Well, dude, they've already built a fucking Avatar like theme park area, and it's like y'all got a lot riding on this Avatar shit, don't you? For just have one movie out, like.
Yeah.
There's got to be a stack of NDAs somewhere, and people have seen it, and they're like, "Yeah, give them all the money."
Yeah.
He's probably got a fantastic pitch,
Mm-hmm. He's like, I did Titanic. It's like, yes, we've heard you say it like 89 times,
And Terminator.
I just want more. I just want more Mecha. That's all. Just give me that, Cameron.
Yeah.
Give me more fucking Fern Gully, but with mechs.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, so here it says that Avatar 2 trailer rumored to premiere in theaters with Doctor Strange 2.
Makes sense.
So film fans are well known for having to be patient when it comes to the release of movie trailers, with Spider-Man No Way Home famously teasing a trailer arrival for months before it finally arrived to break the internet, and Thor Love and Thunder performing a similar peekaboo trick. One trailer that seems to have set its eyes on a release date is Avatar 2, the first look at the long awaited follow up to James Cameron's groundbreaking 2009 movie, which is reportedly aiming to play ahead of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in theaters this May. I mean, I'm ready for it, dude.
Yeah, dude, let's get it going.
I mean, that's his opportunity for the most faces to see, hey, look what I'm making, guys.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing, though, man. It came out in 2009, right?
Yes.
The kids that watched it in 2009, are they even going to remember what the fuck that movie was
I barely
about?
remember.
Me too, dude.
Like the 3D's
Dances
good.
with Wolves. Yeah,
That's what I remember.
It was It was Fern Gully with mechs.
Yeah.
That's what it like. That's what it was, man. It was a combination of Dances with Wolves, Fern Gully, and fucking.
Yeah, and she's like, nothing,
Mecha.
Jake Silly.
I mean, I think we all know. I think we can read the room here. Nobody gives a fuck about this franchise's story. What we're all interested in is the technology he's developed to film
Innovation,
it
white
and how
girl.
it's
Yeah.
like
We're Buck mill,
like
baby. He's got to go big, right?
Here's my thing. I'm not coming for the film. I'm coming for the tech demo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to see what the future's gonna be like.
Buck mill, baby.
I mean, if he manages to make a better film story wise and actually make me give a shit about the movie by the end, sure.
He's
awesome,
definitely
good
had
for
some
him.
time to smoke on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Dude, he probably created something to smoke and it was like,
Yeah.
this is how
Something
I film Avatar.
No, he got something at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to smoke some of this? It's like, what is it? And he's
Some
like,
of that.
It's fucking moss from the side of the Titanic. It's like, no, dude.
We call this seaweed around here. But yeah, man.
Maybe we'll get it. I mean, I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it. We've talked about it like so many fucking times, you know.
I mean, I just hope it looks bonkers, man. Like it's gonna be one big CGI fest, and that's cool and all. But the trailer, it can't be giving us blue balls. Leave that for the Natiri.
Yeah, I know.
Or the Navi, or whatever the fuck they're called.
Listen.
Like I wanna see like human ships firing on these. I want to see war sequences.
Yeah. Didn't the chick that played Gamora, wasn't she?
Yep.
So she's had enough time to make 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
A handful of different colors.
Infinity War. Yeah, Infinity War.
She was able to go finish the Infinity Saga and then come back for this.
And fuck with Adam Project, you know?
Yeah, and fucking bang Spock. Like 3 times. Like Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
He's like, you want me to give you a little Spock?
The sabotage bass line kicks in.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, dude, it's been a minute, so. But here's something I didn't know that I'm glad that I know now. Godzilla vs. Kong 2 to begin filming this year in Australia. The sequel to last year's epic monster mash Godzilla vs. Kong will begin filming later this year in Australia. Thanks to a report via Variety, it is now being revealed that Legendary Entertainment's latest addition to the MonsterVerse, Godzilla vs. Kong 2, will return to film in Australia sometime in 2022, with production expected to set up cameras at Gold Coast, as well as several other locations in southeast Queensland state. The highly skilled crews, first-rate facilities, and unique locations make filming in Australia a great experience. Producer Eric McLean said of returning to Australia for the next installment in the MonsterVerse. The support from both the federal government as well as Queensland has always been critical to our success in achieving a high level of filmmaking and an unparalleled audience experience. This will be the 3rd time that Godzilla, King Kong, and the rest of the monsters in the MonsterVerse have decided to clash in Australia, with Godzilla vs. Kong filmed on the Gold Coast back in 2019, with prior installment in the franchise, Kong Skull Island, filming there in 2016. The latest production is expected to bring all manner of employment opportunities to the region, as well as inject more than $119 million into the economy. I guess 88 million is the translations. Yeah, 119 million Australia. I don't know what their currency is, but yeah, be $88 million. So I had no idea that I know that they were talking about doing a Godzilla versus Kong 2. And then there was also rumors going around that they may be doing something different with the MonsterVerse, or that they might not even do a Godzilla film, but it's good to know, like, this is where we're going. I'm guessing it's going to be like maybe, I don't know, man. There could be some fuckery happen, you know?
It's the Australian dollar. That's really, they're like, what the fuck are we gonna call our money? They're like, it's a fucking Australian dollar, mate, you know? Like, they didn't waste no time on it.
Yeah. Where we from, mate?
Yeah.
Australia.
I mean,
$1, 75 cents in America is $1 Australian.
Well, I mean, it just seems like they've announced, yeah, we're making it, yeah, we're using our same locations, and yeah, that's about what it says. I mean,
yeah,
I'm glad that the article goes on to explain that it's going to delve deeper into the Hollow Earth, obviously, and I'm glad they would do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The headline should read though. It should say, "Kong drops COVID weight as King Kong versus Godzilla sets the film."
Dude, right?
Drop his COVID. We gotta get back in shape, dude. He's just been sitting around doing nothing for 2 years.
Well, he's been in the Hollow Earth just chilling, man. You know,
there's food aplenty.
Yeah, right. All the foods. So, but I am excited about Godzilla versus Kong too. So that's gonna be great. So Ty West slasher film X premieres with near perfect scores on Rotten Tomatoes. So this is that A24 film that we were talking about earlier. The new slasher movie X has already set itself up as one of the best horror releases of the year, having its world premiere at the South by Southwest Film Festival. The film initially debuted with a perfect 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes with its early reviews. Now playing in theaters everywhere, the film is still riding high with a very impressive 95% certified fresh rating. Traditionally, slasher movies haven't been embraced by critics with open arms. It seems to take a certain kind of genre film that stands out from the others for slashers to score such high ratings. Therefore, it's always especially impressive to see violent horror flicks garnering near perfect scores with the critics. Bloody brutal, grungier than a big city back alley, and more guts strewn than a slaughterhouse. This is how you like your slasher flick horror. And trust us when we say Ty West has your back, says Rolling Stone's David Fear. So David Fear, that works for Rolling Stones, is writing an article about a horror movie.
His last name's Fear.
What are the fucking odds?
David Fear. They're like, Fear, you take the horror movie. He's like, well, yeah.
Got it. You know.
He's like, never fear. David Fear here.
Christopher Lloyd says a bracing mix of old school gore horror and modern irony. You'll laugh, then cringe, but never not be entertained.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. I mean, we watched the trailer for it. So they're basically shacking up at this place. They're filming porn.
It's like a 70s porno.
Yeah. And then of course it gets weird after that. So I'm very interested to check that out, man.
So, in that same article I saw here where it says that he has a prequel called Pearl. It's already been shot and ready to hit the presses. And if X does a good job and that one comes out and does has a good reception, he wants to turn it into a trilogy with the goal of bringing a third film to audiences after Pearl is released.
All
right. I like his quote here. I'm trying to build a world out of all this, like people do these days. You can't make a slasher movie without a bunch of sequels. So that's fucking. He's embracing it. Like this sounds like a love letter to like classic, slasher films, and that's awesome, man. I mean, that's what you want at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely. So
he added, I came out of quarantine and I was like, we're already building all of this stuff. It's COVID, and we're on the one place on Earth where it's safe to make a movie. We have the whole crew from Avatar 2 who's on break. We should make 2 movies. The miracle of A24 was that they thought this was actually a good idea.
Sounds like it's funny. Off.
It's funny because A24 just retweeted fucking King, right? Stephen King. X is an extremely good horror movie, scary, smart, knowing, and entertaining. So. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to check it out, man. Like, why not? Definitely do that on the podcast
for sure. Podlocked.
Yeah, but that's all the fucking news that I saw today or over the past week, Joe. Y'all see anything eye catching?
I saw a few things, but I'd rather not bring them up.
I mean,
Might start
did you see that? Did you see that Tesla jumping the hill? Goddamn, dude!
I saw it crash.
Did you see that? Have you seen
that battery
video?
didn't blow up.
I know. I can't fucking believe they did that shit. I mean, I can believe that, but fuck, man. I'm glad I wasn't that stupid.
Gonna be mad as fuck. Bring that Tesla home. Well, when a truck brings it home.
Yeah.
Elon might show up and take it back. He's like, no,
yeah,
you know,
not for you. Yeah,
not what it's for.
You'll
got up to speed though.
Fuck yeah, it did. It almost fucking nosed over.
He's like, why didn't you charge your Tesla?
I bet whenever the Tesla, whenever the Tesla hit the ground, you have to imagine that it like notified HQ.
Oh, it told them.
It was like
the message went straight to Starlink and straight to them. Like, the fuck are you doing?
Some
Tesla
dude
straight
that
called the cops on him. Like,
the dude that's sitting at the desk drinking his cup of coffee, spit it out. He's like, "What the fuck? Major impact." Jesus. But yeah, we got trailers, man.
So I saw this and I put it in here because I remember hearing people. I don't know what it's about, but it was a like a best-selling book.
Okay. Crawdads?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a best-selling book for people like us. I just know that a lot of people read the book.
Do y'all like crawdads?
Pinch the tail, suck the head.
Yeah.
I like them if they're prepared correctly. And by correctly, I mean you got to purge them. You know, you got to wash them.
Yeah.
I'll be watching those guys. Let me show you down there how we do these crawdads down here, you know?
Here's the thing. I like them. I like the flavor. It's so much fucking work, dude.
It's not much reward.
No, dude. Like, I like eating crab legs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like shrimp, and I'll even peel the shrimp. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
And I love eating crab legs, but crawdads, like, you get that big meaty crab leg.
Yeah.
It justifies the amount
butter.
of fucking. Yeah, dude. It justifies it. But a fucking crawdad. Well, yeah, I don't.
I haven't had. I think it's been a long time.
It's been a while for me, man. I think the last time I ate them, I was in Louisiana, and I was dating fucking Psycho. So you know, that's been some years. Yeah, dude. Yeah. But yeah, I'm ready for where the crawdads sing.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, play. Huh.
Okay.
Marsh girl. I say bury a man in the marsh. It's Bobby Boucher. Yeah, you're here.
Me
and
too.
By that, he wants to bang you.
Yeah.
What he means. Oh shit. Ooh, producer. I mean, you're the Marsh girl. This has some. What was that movie we watched where the woman was clairvoyant?
Yeah.
The town hated her, but she's doing her readings.
Yeah.
Solving the murders. Hot water burn, baby.
That Sam Raimi movie? The Gift?
That was it. Oh.
Yeah.
I was out when I saw Reese Witherspoon produced it. I was like,
if certain people see that trailer, I'm going to have to watch it. So let's just breeze on to the next one.
I believe that Mike Myers is in this trailer.
It says, from the mind of Mike Myers comes a comedy series event. The Pentaveret?
We haven't seen him in a while.
Pentaveret?
That's that new strain of the virus.
Oh, is it?
Sounds like it.
All right. I'm ready for it, you know? I survived the first round.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. What? So they're like the Illuminati. It looks so over the top.
It does, right?
Hey, fifth.
So he's going to be like roll after roll, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's like, they're like, well, who are you going to cast? Me.
Yeah.
I'll play everyone.
Yeah. Who's the fucking dude from The Hangover that they put in the trunk? Let's get him in here.
Yeah.
And the one dude from Key and Peele.
The Penta, what the fuck?
Yeah. So long, Pentavert.
So this is called The Ravine,
I think this
right?
is a Minecraft movie. Finally,
That's what I was fixing to say.
Little Aver Ravine over here.
Yeah, dude. That's what I was fixing
That's the only reason I dropped it. Trailer might be trash.
Yeah, let's fucking peep this fucking incredibleness.
It's like, that's not a ravine. This is a ravine, you know? It's connected to the cave. I can see the coal from here.
Yeah.
All right.
The Ravine 2, Shulker Boogaloo.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. I think he's trying to kill himself. I don't know. What the hell? Oh, discount Matt Damon.
Yeah.
You might end up watching this one too.
I know, dude.
It's a bad trailer.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm breezing on past that one as well. The Time Traveler's Wife. Did they already make this movie?
I think there was another version from like 10 years ago.
2000, yeah, 2009.
Yeah.
It had Eric Bana in it. Yeah, Eric Bana, Rachel McAdams, Ron Livingston.
Ooh, Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, dude. Remember when she was in every...
Remember the astronaut's wife?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. HBO.
Oh, it's happening again.
Is that the You Know Nothing Jon Snow girl? Looks like her. I think it is.
It is.
So he time traveled. What? Oh, I thought he was going to be trapped in the bookshelf. Different movie. Doctor Who? Or when? I knew she was going to say when. Sounds complicated.
I thought my relationship was complicated. Oh,
what it says on her Facebook. Relationship status is complicated.
Yeah, married to a time traveler.
And it looks like he doesn't have a machine or anything. He just goes.
It just happens. I think she married a quantum leaper.
I
think that's what's happening here, dude.
Perhaps the next jump, he'll go home.
Well, it's like between episodes, he goes back home.
Yep.
He's washing the dishes, and then he fucking quantum leaps
and then dude shows
fucking...
up, and he's like, I can't. The fucking Ziggy got the code all fucked up. We can't get you out of here. It was always something with the code. And
he's always slapping that calculator.
Yeah, smacking the lights. And it was just lights. He's over there hitting shit. I'm like, why don't you write down what they are? Maybe you'll fucking hit the right. There's always something with that shit, dude.
It's like this is American time travel. We don't need no stinking fucking vessel.
Yeah.
We going mobile.
Yeah, we are the vessel,
it definitely is American time travel when that clip where he looks in the mirror and he's like, I'm retarded. Yep, it's America.
Yeah.
Everything's a Palm Pilot here.
Oh, the candy-colored clown.
We got a little John Barenthal action here.
You got me thinking Andrew Dice Clay now. What's in the bowl, bitch?
Anyway. Was it porridge? 3, 2, 1, play. Come on. He looks like he's about to punish somebody.
Yeah.
Oh. We'll go home. You won't go to jail.
Yeah.
It's training day. The Wire's a good show. you got that one dude having the internal struggle, you know?
Yeah.
I took an oath to protect. Hey, that's the chick from shit, Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Black girl. We'll see her in something else. She's taking some money too.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. John Barenthal, you know? Does not look bad at all. We got Firebird action here.
Just wait. I mainly put this in here just for that top comment, but you'll see.
Ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Uh-huh.
Period pace.
Are they gay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy's comment. They're not gay, but it's kind of Brokeback Mountain-y.
Okay.
I mean, they're out there. Ain't no chicks. He's like, if I jerked a dude off with a glove, does that make it? It's like, yeah. But that comment, there's a guy that's like, he went through that. You remember when I was like, not that kind of sissy.
Yeah.
This is that kind. But I think if you get caught being gay, they kill you. So, or lock you up, or. He's about to go Tinker Tailor Toy Soldier on him, dude.
Oh, that's sweet.
So
young U.S. airman in the 1960s.
Yeah. He said he was dealing with his emotions.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like my cup of tea, but it looks well acted, I guess.
Yeah. Don't look bad, you know. Might have to podlock it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Trev's like, I'll quit the podcast. Assailant.
I mean, I'm not even like that crazy about hetero romance movies, much less homosexual ones. So I mean, it's just love movies in general that I'm just like, eh.
Well,
I'm going to war.
Whoa!
It depends on if the story can move me.
But I can't stop loving you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, love
I'd rather
conquers all,
just watch
dude.
Brokeback Mountain again. It
I
comes
mean,
to
we
that.
can do that on the pod.
No, let's watch the next trailer.
All right. Assailant.
So I saw a clip. I think this movie's about to release here. The trailer's old, but I saw a clip from the movie, and I was like, "Is this a real movie?" And it's in the trailer.
Okay.
It's just weird because this guy's like bullying. You'll see.
Let's fucking do it, man.
3, 2, 1, play. Apologize now.
Oh, Jeff, I'm a pilot.
On the island. She looks familiar. Here it comes.
Uh-huh.
Hey, big guy.
Or I'm gonna kick your ass.
You just tripped my wife.
Like that scene right there. He follows him. He's like, forgot your wallet last night. And when the guy goes over to him to get it, he just kicks his ass like that. And it's like, why? Why does he keep beating? Why is he bullying this dude?
Why do I feel like the bad guy is Discount Henry Rollins?
He's straight going Captain Ron on him, dude.
Total missed opportunity. For a wounded man shall say to his assailant. If I live, I will kill you.
I think I want to watch it. He's just fucking with this dude the whole
trolling.
time. He's a real life troll.
Yeah, he's cucking him.
I mean, what if that's what he's getting around to? He's like, I want you to fuck your wife and I want to watch.
And the guy's like, okay, will you stop beating me up? Yeah. No, I'm going to kick your ass while you fuck her. Apologize to Zoe now. Yeah. I was like, whoa, dude. I don't like the tone, dude. You're out of pocket right now. I don't like the tone.
Yeah, it's a little intense, man. All right, gaslit. You ever get gaslit, dude?
It's like, hey, boss, what's going on, man?
This is about Watergate?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Gaslit.
Nah, I
don't let Twitter bother me, you know?
Yeah.
Gaslit. All right. You're looking kind of rough there. 3, 2, 1, play. I think we know the answer to that.
Some special needs guy called and was like, hey, I think your lights are off.
It's Aaron Brockovich.
Brockovich.
That would be a weird mashup there. Brockovich. Dirty water.
Because her southern accent is always antebellum.
Savannah. Or molasses.
I had 2 nephews that went to Savannah College of Art and Design. You might know it as SCAD.
Art and Design. The time period fits her, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn.
They're not gaslighting her. They're straight gang stalking her ass.
Yes, there were microphones in there. And oh, there were microphones, and you're about to delete some of the recordings, and that's going to kick everything off.
Yeah.
They're like, why are the recordings missing? Not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
Y'all know they're making this?
No, I didn't know anything about this.
I saw the announcement over the week, but I didn't realize there was a damn trailer already. Like,
yeah, right. Taking Bloodline.
Played a little bit.
It's going to be a lot of sick, fast martial arts anime.
I didn't know there was much of a storyline to Tekken though, but here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
It's Mortal Kombat, but everybody can come watch.
Looks like got that Pokemon kind of. He's like, nah, I'm about to go super slaying. Oh shit. They were wrong about the date for 2012. The Mayans were wrong. Okay.
All right, that's coming to Netflix. 2022. You'll prove to me that you are worthy of your bloodline. I should be a voiceover artist. I think I could do it.
I do it on the weekends. On Fiverr.
Pay good? Hell yeah,
Depends on what they want.
I got you. I got you. All right, we got the beta test. The beta test? The beta max? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. They call it the beta max.
All right, ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he
definitely not going to go.
You guys aren't going to the orgy?
Oh, so they're both blindfolded.
What if it's his wife that was in there? Like she's trying to do the same thing. Oh, she's testing his ass.
Yeah.
It'd be a good way to test somebody before you marry him. Yeah, he's a beta male. What's happening? I think he watched American Psycho to prepare for his role.
Yeah. That's a pretty interesting idea for a movie, though. you know.
I thought it was gonna be about gaming.
It kind of sounds like something like pulled out of someone's ass. Like it's like, dude, would you go in a room blindfolded
Hear me out, dude.
and fuck someone? Then you have no idea who it is, but they're blindfolded too.
Yeah.
So like,
you're both glory holing. It's like, yeah, but so it had to be some outside person that set both of them up.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though, man. Like,
probably an ex.
If I'm in that situation, right, and I get a card in the mail, and it's like, oh, you know,
Sexy
you can have this
in your area, like
sexual encounter, yeah, and it's gonna be like no strings attached. It's just gonna be like this fucking one and done thing. You show up, there's a blindfold on the fucking door. You put the blindfold on. Are you not at least taking a look? I mean, exactly.
I gotta make sure it ain't a dude.
Yeah. Well, not only that,
that's
but
just
like,
me. That's what I'm saying. That's just me. I want to make sure.
I mean, I'm not down with the blindfold thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I knew who it was and what was going on,
like, oh,
but that's getting a little like, you know. But anyway,
Daredevil fantasy, you know?
Yeah, exactly, right. But if I show up to this, like, okay, I'm married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I get this card in the mail and I decide to go through with it, which I probably wouldn't because I'd be afraid I'd catch AIDS or something.
Or get killed.
But yeah, and I'm married. But
like this movie is based on the premise that you look at all of your mail.
Yeah, I definitely don't do that.
Like you take one good look at that, most of the time people are gonna be like, eh.
It had to be somebody that knows him because they had his PO box.
Throwing it away with the dealership advert that says I just want a new car, come down to the lot, you know.
I think that this is something. See, this would be something that I would ask you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, hey guys, if somebody sent you a card in the mail.
No.
That's exactly. But I mean, I think when that movie has me interested enough to actually want to watch it. Like, who sent him the card?
Kind of set up.
Yeah. Was it the wife that sent the card, or was it, you know, some weird fucking matchmaker?
What was that bitch doing at that restaurant? Well, she stood up and started acting crazy.
Well, he said that like he's afraid that it could be any chick, right?
Yeah.
So he's having like this like mental breakdown to where like now every time he sees a chick, he's like, yeah, and they start reacting in a way to where like it was this crazy sex or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. I might have to watch it just to get the clarification of who sent the letter.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the mystery recap.
Somebody comes in, somebody walks in, you're watching it, and like, Griffin, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, I gotta know, man. Yeah, he's like, I gotta know.
On this episode of Mystery Recap, we find out who sent the letter.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, man. That because knowing who sent the letter is the most crucial part.
That's all that
of
movie
the
has
story.
Going for it. Like,
it's the resolution of the film.
Yeah.
What if you don't find out?
Then I'm leaving it a negative review.
What if,
and I never
but like, no, what if it ends ominously where it's like you get the paragraph that makes you creeped out at the end where it's like there are 15 million, you know, random letters sent to people all over the U.S. No one knows where they came from. And you're like, what the fuck? Directed by this guy.
Yeah.
There's at least 6,000 active volcanoes in the world that we know about.
Yeah.
And at least one that we don't.
I mean, but anyway, I'm done with that. I want to watch it to see what's going on. So yeah. But yeah, blank. Sci-fi.
If it ain't got the Wayans brothers, I ain't watching it.
I think this is a sequel to Blank Check.
Oh man, that's even better.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. All caps, blank. Somebody's fapping. Oh, they're dialing.
Because you hear that boy be like talking to the girl from Blank Check, be like, "Remember when I was a boy and you kissed me, and that's as far as it went? I'm back to finish the job."
Do you read Sutter Kane?
Is that Carrie Ann Moss?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I want to read her.
Yeah, especially if she look like that.
Is she fucking dying or something?
Did y'all notice she had that thing on the side of her head a minute ago?
Yeah.
She's beta testing.
It's The Shining, but solo edition.
Dude, that's so what's his
Wayne
name?
Brady?
Yeah. She's gone on a retreat to cure her writer's block. It's a full AI retreat. And the shit's malfunctioning.
It looks like she's reading the work and becoming,
Yeah.
you know,
Sutter Kane.
one of the
There's method to
characters.
the
Yeah.
madness, dude.
You never go full Kane.
Nah, dude. You can Sutter.
Just Sutter quietly,
Sutter no
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah.
Sutter Al. Anyway.
All right, we've got Watcher.
Who watches the Watcher? He's a watcher, isn't he?
Isn't he watching real good, isn't he?
He's the watchiest watcher, he is. He is. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. A lot of companies.
So much light pollution.
Oh, there's a guy. Somebody's watching.
Why do you sleep with the fucking blinds open?
Yeah, you city types.
Nobody does that shit. Watching the Watcher.
When you're a stranger.
When you're a watcher.
You hang up windows.
Windows seem thicker. He looks familiar. Is that Lovely Bones?
He goes up and it says that blow up doll like from Home Alone, and dude's like, the cool cat to the girl.
It's the chick from It Follows. That's why she looks familiar. And Honey Boy.
What? Weirdest Marvel film ever.
Yeah, right.
No.
Is Jessica Biel back?
Dude, I'm just saying,
Right.
if I want candy doesn't kick in.
I mean, here's the bill, okay?
Anyway.
Damn, they should have put that in the. It's a serious trailer though.
Oh,
okay.
But it could have it at the
Thriller. Heard that zombie walking.
You know what I mean?
All right. Let's
Like,
see
here's
what's
the
the
bill.
deal with the. Let's see what the deal with the bill is.
Yeah, what's the bill? Deal? All right. 3, 2, 1, play. He's holding up. Was this like the 80s? Hey, y'all. Choir practice.
That show she did called The Sinner was good.
It's like a serious gemstones.
I've been impressed with Jessica Biel's serious stuff because this looks in line with that show that she did, and that was legit.
A miniseries.
This looks like something I'm gonna end up watching,
based on a true story.
Whether I picked it or not, you know.
Yeah, both of you probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
She's 40. Wow.
She looks good.
A very British scandal.
Isn't it?
Eating it.
I heard
10 points from Hufflepuff.
A bastard, and I dropped it. I think this has just the one. Yeah.
You bastard.
It's got a fucking Vision in it.
Bettany?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Bet Boy?
Think so.
Bettany ain't in it much.
Yeah. Overload.
Your kneecaps on that one, dude.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
The fuck she got an...
He called her Satan.
Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
He's cheeky.
Oh.
Stylish drama. It do have pan ass, I will say.
Yeah.
Ooh, he knows he can't be caught. Can you prove it? Did that say deliciously dark?
Yeah. Like dark chocolate.
Yeah, scrumdiddlyumptious. He had to go off and make a serious thing so he could keep his wits about him, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't just do Marvel.
Doesn't look bad, though.
It looks like they hate each other.
Yeah, well, that's how most marriages are.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Everything.
So y'all remember we watched the trailer for this about 3 months ago?
Yeah. Looks good.
She's all interdimensional.
Yeah, this has some new. It's a short clip, but it had some stuff that wasn't in the other trailer. I was like, oh, that's cool. Definitely interested to see it.
I want to see it. March 25th is the release date. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
Mm-hmm. A24 too, right?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. It's a short clip. Interesting.
Is that the kid from the Goonies?
Either that or Dr. Jones.
Yeah, right.
Dr. Jones. It is the kid from the Goonies. It is Dr.
I fucking
Jones.
knew it.
Like that Jones.
I fucking knew it, dude. I want to see that. Like real bad. Yeah, it does, right?
It looks silly goose, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking with that voice. That kid's had that same voice since he was, Dr. Jones.
He's like, I'm gonna explain something to you. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm never gonna get too loud, never gonna get too quiet.
Yeah, perfect.
It's gonna be enough personal and impersonal that you'll just listen. You'll hang on to every word I say. And I could be talking about shitting on a napkin,
dude,
and you're gonna love it.
That should be a whole. That's like, like a whole podcast where you just do 10, 20, whatever. You just tell a story, but it's just like that. You bring it in. You do the whole thing. Everything you talk about is like.
You do the. You're like, so I was squatting in this bush, right?
Almost like you're whispering to somebody,
Yeah.
There was a rabbit. There was a rabbit beside me.
It's the best podcast for hangovers.
I stepped on a twig, and it scampered off.
I'm like, that's not a twig.
And I was like, I can't go there. There's too many brush, like bug. Thorns.
Yeah.
I'm a human. I can't do that. I'm not a borrower. I'm a walker. I need a machete. I've got no edge.
Yeah, see, you see what I'm saying?
Just fucking
keep going.
Off. Yeah.
Just riff alone, and then when the story's over, that's it. Episode 1,
So there I was, breaking twigs, smoking cigs, and I was just staring at that rabbit thinking, man, if I could just get 10, just 15.
Yeah, how lucky would I be if I could get a real rabbit's foot?
And I mean, how many people could go home and say, I caught a rabbit with my bare fucking hands, dude? Like, no trap needed.
No trap needed.
I fucking lapped my ancestors like 100 years in that one simple grab. I just reached out and took it.
That's the moral of the story, dude. At the end, you're like, sometimes in life you just have to reach out and take stuff. That's the whole thing.
Shia LaBeouf was onto something here. It wasn't just a meme.
You will not.
The yellow wallpaper.
I like this comment down here. It says, "What the hell, kiss?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Moochie face.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, play. I saw this while we were on here, and I was like, that wasn't up today because it dropped like 2 hours ago. Riding on a fucking airplane with a crying baby's bad enough. Could you imagine being on a fucking wagon?
No.
It's gonna take 12 hours to get there. Don't go in there.
Yeah, that's a dungeon, dude. You're not skilled to do that yet.
You have to level up. Oh, the yellow wallpaper. What the hell?
First off, why are you sleeping dead ass in the center of the room? But everyone knows that in Hollywood, pale-skinned, red-haired women are fucking psychos. What? That was a cool shot.
It was. She needs to get out of that room. Makes her look like she has jaundice.
I mean, this bitch don't know what frisbees are.
She gonna eat it? Based off of a book, they said?
Short story.
Never heard of it.
Shoes on the wallpaper tastes like jaundice.
Yeah. Last one. That is the last one.
All right. So
we're going to return back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Our regular scheduled.
Yeah.
American Psycho. Damn, my EP going psycho.
Yep.
I watched it, dude. I've been watching a lot of videos on American Psycho too. There's a video that I watched earlier that I'll send you guys about the fucking development hell that this movie went through.
Yeah.
It was like like they bought the rights to the book in like 92, I think it was. And they were and they were working on like trying to get everything, set up. So they got the director locked in. They got the one iteration of the movie was going to be written by Ellis, and then he fucking dipped out. At one point, they had Oliver Stone attached to direct. Yeah, there was a ton of people that was attached to direct this film.
Imagine.
Yeah,
how
I know,
different
right?
this movie would be.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought out of all of it that one of the craziest things was how Ellis was able to take a serial killer and do all the horrible things that Bateman does, but it's all still this weird critique of the modern world at that time during the 80s, like during like the yuppie movement. You have the 80s cokehead people, like it was where kind of like showing how no matter what period in time you're at, the elite people and it's all just a big who's the story topper, who's the best, who's got and just that with this really shattered individual such as Bateman and looking at it through his eyes is a fucking trip.
He released a novel in 2015, I think. Let me look it up. Hold on. And I don't know if you knew about this
Christian
or not,
Bale
Trev.
did?
No, Bret Easton Ellis. This is in 2005, called Lunar Park. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Lunar Park. I didn't know this existed. Lunar Park is about him releasing American Psycho, and it's all based on a real person. So in the novel, Patrick Bateman is trying to kill him.
Oh, he goes on to have other novels that intersect with Bateman.
Yeah.
It's not, the stories are drastically different or whatever, but like American Psycho is pretty much Bateman's backstory.
Right. So I didn't
That's
even
really
know
cool.
Yeah, came out in 2005. His last novel came out in 2010.
I will say this though about the movie, since it's still fresh on your mind, Griff. You know how how like when he's talking about Genesis or music or like how he's very long-winded. He goes on and on and on and on about it.
Yeah.
It's worse than the book. Like the book will almost drive you crazy reading it because there was like 3 pages of Patrick Bateman's character monologuing about Whitney Houston. Like it's fucking crazy. And then you'll flip the page and then he's talking about how like twisting a knife in this homeless person and just like talking all this shit to him in his like face, like looking him dead in the eyes. The fucking light goes out, dude. Like it's when it flip flops, it's psychotic, like as the name of the book implies, dude.
Yeah.
Did y'all know he had a podcast?
No.
Yeah, dude, he's had Kanye West on there, Marilyn Manson, Judd Apatow, Kevin Smith.
Oh.
It started in 2013. Some of the newer stuff has since moved behind some type of paywall.
Yeah.
Patreon, but he had Ivan Reitman, like
that's cool.
I might check that out.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear him talk about American Psycho a little bit.
Well, I've always wanted to read the book, and it's not a very long book at all. But I've always looked for it.
Don't let that fool you. It's a dry read, man. It really is. Like,
Yeah,
the ghastly things are absolutely detailed and grim and all of that, but there's moments that you're gonna have to just trudge your way through it.
yeah.
Like, it definitely it has its dry spells, but it's all just like in the movie, man. It's all building up to just that big mental breakdown he has.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk about it. I mean, like I said, it's been a little while since I've watched it, since this last time I watched it. And I don't know, dealing with life, dealing with people, and all this kind of stuff,
Growing pains.
Yeah, it definitely factors into,
Yeah.
How you perceive things as you get older. So I'm interested to talk about it, man.
And we've had a few movies where it's like, man, this movie hit different this time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's funny how
And
that
this one,
happens.
definitely hit different because, like, just what drives and motivates this character, and almost how, like, relevant it is to the way that things drive people now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we'll get into that next week.
All right.
So,
checks in the mail.